Michael, always a pleasure.
All right, let's start off by talking about what they're trying to accomplish here. I want folks to truly understand this is an extraordinary remedy that they're seeking here. They need to show that this juror was so biased that she went into this trial with the idea of affecting the trial and did in fact affect the trial, and then asking the system to overturn a trial that was conducted and 11 other jurors found him guilty. So there's a big ask here.
It's a very big ask, and not only that, it's been years, and you have a number of victims to deal with. But, I represent people like Peterson all the time, and, it is an uphill battle. I will tell you, this is not easy, but this kind of juror misconduct happens a lot more than you think it does, Michael. People sometimes want to get in the jury, and they want to render a guilty verdict. They want to take over the deliberation room because they want this defendant to pay for crimes that maybe they were victim to. And whether, nice or this juror feels like she was victimized or not, she was. If you look at the paperwork, she was. And so ultimately, there's some strong indicia of bias here, and I think that this court is doing the right thing by looking into it.
It's interesting because since you've dealt with these cases, you're in a perfect position. When you talk about the jurors that you've come across and the types of cases you deal with, are you talking about folks that are trying to become stealth jurors and get on it, or they go into the room after having seen the trial and then become advocates for a conviction? Because that's one of the issues in this case. Did she go in with that feeling, or after all the evidence? Because you remember, and we showed it in the piece there, millions of women hated Scott Peterson. They were very happy that he got convicted. She could be just one of those women.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we have to uncover. That's exactly what we have to look into, and that's why we have to look at her questionnaire. How did she answer these items? How did she, respond to these kinds of inquiries? There's voir dire for a reason. Attorneys ask these questions up front for a reason, right? And this is someone who actually perfectly fits the profile. So it's quite problematic. Is it enough to overturn a conviction, and a conviction this notorious? I don't know, but it certainly is worth the probe. It's worth looking into. And it may just do it for Peterson.
All right, you know what I want to do? There's a lot of smoke here. I want to go through